Most people still think air rifles are harmless toys. Something weak. Something meant for backyard targets and empty cans. That belief is dangerously outdated. The air rifles you're about to see don't rely on gunpowder. They don't explode. They don't roar. Yet they deliver hundreds, even thousands of foot-pounds of energy. Enough power to drop animals that once required real firearms. These aren't BB guns. These aren't plinking toys. These are hunting weapons, engineered to penetrate bone, destroy vital organs, and end the hunt with a single, clean shot. Today, we're counting down the top 11 most powerful air rifles in the world right now. And by the time we reach the top of this list, you'll question whether the term airgun even makes sense anymore. Let's begin. Number 11, FX Boss, .30, .35 cal. At number 11, we begin with a rifle that proves an important truth. Power isn't always about size. The FX Boss is typically chambered in .30 or .35 caliber, producing roughly, approximately 90 to 150 foot-pounds of energy, depending on the setup. On paper, those numbers may not sound extreme, but in the field, they tell a different story. This rifle is designed for maximum penetration and precision. Heavy slugs travel fast enough to punch through thick hide and reach vital organs cleanly. For medium-sized game, the FX Boss delivers what hunters value most. One clean shot, minimal suffering, immediate results. It's quiet, it's balanced, and it wastes nothing. The FX Boss sits at number 11 not because it's weak, but because everything above it becomes far more violent. Number 10, Samyang 909, .45, .50 cal. Now we step into true big-bore air rifle territory. The Samyang 909 fires massive projectiles in .45 or .50 caliber, generating approximately 300 to 500 plus foot-pounds of energy. This rifle doesn't rely on speed. It relies on weight and momentum. Each shot launches a heavy slug that hits like a hammer, crushing muscle, breaking bone, and transferring brutal stopping power on impact. Hunters have used the 909 for years to take down wild boar and large deer. Not because it's modern, but because it's dependable. No electronics. No tuning screens. Just raw compressed air and a massive projectile doing exactly what physics demands. This rifle marks the moment where airguns stop being underestimated. Number 9, Avenix Rex, .50 cal. At number 9, power meets speed. The Avenix Rex is a .50 caliber semi-automatic air rifle, capable of producing around approximately 500 to 700 foot-pounds of energy. That alone is deadly. But what makes the Rex terrifying is what comes next. If the first shot doesn't drop the target immediately, the second and third follow in rapid succession, before the animal has time to react. This makes the Avenix Rex extremely effective against moving, aggressive game, especially wild boar, where hesitation can be dangerous. Each slug is large, each impact is violent, and every follow-up shot compounds the damage. At this point on the list, we are no longer discussing air rifles as hunting tools. We are discussing air-powered weapons capable of overwhelming force. And from here on, the numbers climb fast. Number 8, Daystate Wolverine. At number 8, we see what happens when precision is paired with serious power. The Daystate Wolverine is commonly found in .303 or .357 caliber, delivering approximately 150 to 200 plus foot-pounds of energy. Those numbers might seem modest compared to what's coming, but energy alone doesn't tell the whole story. The Wolverine is built for control and consistency. Every shot lands exactly where the hunter intends, allowing deep penetration and reliable damage to vital organs. This rifle is often chosen for medium to large game, where accuracy matters just as much as force. It doesn't shock. It doesn't roar. It simply ends the hunt cleanly. And as disciplined as it feels, the Wolverine is only the calm before the storm. Number 7, FX Impact M3, .30, .35 cal. At number 7, air rifles become fully customizable weapons. The FX Impact M3 can be tuned to deliver anywhere from approximately 150 to over 200 foot-pounds of energy. depending on caliber and setup. That flexibility makes it deadly. Heavy slugs in .30 or .35 caliber leave the barrel with terrifying consistency. High penetration, stable flight, repeatable accuracy. This rifle is favored by hunters who understand ballistics, air pressure, and shot placement. In skilled hands, it performs far beyond what its size suggests. The Impact M3 doesn't overpower prey through chaos. It overwhelms through precision and control. From here on, however, control gives way to brute force. Number 6 AEA Challenger, .50 CAL. This is where air rifles officially cross into firearm-level energy. The AEA Challenger fires .50 caliber slugs, producing roughly approximately 800 to 1.000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. That amount of force doesn't just wound. It stops. Each projectile weighs several hundred grains, carrying massive momentum into the target. On impact, the energy transfer is immediate and devastating. Hunters use rifles like the Challenger for wild boar, large deer, and heavy-bodied animals where lighter calibers simply aren't enough. At number 6, air rifles are no longer alternatives. They are direct substitutes for traditional hunting firearms. In the top 5? They push this concept to an extreme. Number 5 Hatsan Piledriver, .50 CAL. At number 5, subtlety disappears completely. The Hatsan Piledriver is a .50 caliber big-bore air rifle capable of producing roughly approximately 800 to 1.000 plus foot-pounds of energy. But numbers alone don't explain how violent this rifle feels. The Piledriver is heavy, long, built like a tool meant to absorb recoil and deliver punishment. Each shot launches a massive slug that hits with crushing momentum. This isn't about finesse or follow-up shots. It's about one impact that ends everything. Hunters choose the Piledriver when reliability matters more than comfort, when the animal is tough, and when failure is not an option. At this point, air rifles stop pretending to be quiet alternatives. They become blunt instruments of force. Number 4 Umarex Hammer, .50 CAL. At number 4, power meets refinement. The Umarex Hammer fires .50 caliber slugs, generating approximately 800 to 1.000 foot-pounds of energy, depending on the load. What separates the Hammer from other big bores is control under extreme power. The rifle is engineered specifically for large game hunting. Balanced weight, predictable recoil, and consistent energy delivery. On impact, the Hammer doesn't just penetrate. It transfers energy so efficiently that animals often collapse within moments. This rifle is trusted for wild boar, elk-sized game, and other heavy animals where penetration alone isn't enough. The Hammer proves that even at extreme power levels, design still matters. But what's coming next pushes power beyond what most hunters believe possible. Number 3 Air Force Texan, .457, .50 CAL. At number 3, we reach a true icon. The Air Force Texan, available in .457 and .50 caliber, delivers approximately 900 to 1.100 plus foot-pounds of energy. For many hunters, this was the rifle that changed everything. This was the moment air rifles proved they could replace firearms in big game hunting. Each shot sends a heavy slug downrange with brutal authority. Deep penetration, massive trauma, immediate stopping power. The Texan is simple by design, but devastating in execution. No distractions, no compromises. At number 3, compressed air becomes a force few animals can survive. And the top 2 go even further. Number 2 Air Force Texan SS, .457, .50 CAL. At number 2, we revisit a familiar name, but in a far more dangerous form. The Air Force Texan SS is the suppressed version of the legendary Texan, capable of producing approximately 900 to 1.100 plus foot-pounds of energy. That's the same brutal power, but delivered with far less noise. This changes everything. The Texan SS allows hunters to take large game without alerting everything in the forest. The shot is deep, the impact is devastating, and the aftermath is almost silent. This rifle is commonly used for wild boar, large deer, elk-sized animals, and other heavy-bodied game, where penetration and energy transfer must be absolute. At this level, air rifles are no longer about innovation. They are about dominance. And yet, even this isn't the peak. Number 1 AEA Zeus, .72 CAL. This is it. The most powerful air rifle in the world. The AEA Zeus fires an enormous .72 caliber projectile, generating an estimated approximately 1.500 to over 2.000 foot-pounds of energy. Let that sink in. That's not strong for an airgun. That's beyond what many traditional firearms deliver. Each projectile is massive, carrying extreme weight, extreme momentum, and catastrophic stopping power. When the Zeus fires, it doesn't rely on penetration alone. The sheer energy transfer is so violent that large animals often collapse instantly. This rifle exists in a category of its own, so powerful that it's restricted or outright banned in multiple countries. At number 1, the term air rifle completely loses its meaning. This is compressed air pushed to its absolute limit, turning silence into destruction. These rifles prove one undeniable truth. Gunpowder is no longer required for lethal force. Compressed air, when engineered correctly, can rival, and sometimes surpass, traditional firearms. And the next time someone tells you air rifles are toys, you'll know just how wrong they are.